just gonna switch my mouse to my left hand. Goeiemorgen YouTube! Welcome back after a long time of me not uploading. A lot of things happened and then I just sort of got lazy and then I didn't upload, but I'm back now because people started screaming at me and telling me I need to upload. So yeah, I'm here. I might not be as enthusiastic in this video as I usually am because I'm very tired. But anyway, grab your cup of coffee and sit back because today we are going to read some poems. Oh, and guess what? I forgot Yuri's voice once again. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Dan the drummer. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. But it's already been a couple of weeks, and you're still not used to me. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you, anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. What is your reasons? Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Oh. Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. I'm confused. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Ah, now we know why he said don't go buy anything, because she has no money. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. I have friends that are like that. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ahaha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Well, then it would be like, I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in a book, as always. I usually do that. I listen to people's conversations while I read or like work on my phone. And then, yeah, like if you listen to more than one conversation, I think I've already told you this. If you listen to more than one and your brain smashes them together, it can get quite interesting quite fast. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Dan the drummer to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mysterious little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. I do too. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Is that correct English? Retribution. I knew it wasn't correct English. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. Sayori is just playing everybody. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Well, the sound effect is already there, so I don't need to do anything. Kaya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was? A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. It's a miracle. It's because I paid my restitution. What? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki! That's so nice of you, huh? You just got thrown by a cookie and now you're telling her it's so nice of her. Well, to give you the cookie, I would think. But not to throw you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Aw, jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey. Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori?
Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. What?
Where's Monika anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true.
I messed up.
Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open. I'm just gonna switch my mouse to my left hand because I can't, my mic is in the way, so I can't do Natsuki's voice with my left hand because it gets, yeah. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
Something fishy is going on around here. Monika has something planned. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down then, the drummer. Monika smiles sweetly. Deja vu. I'm pretty sure I've read this in previous episodes. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori-sama already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Okay, that's interesting. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I know how you feel, because I've been in both of your situations. I've been the guy behind the book, and I've been the person wanting to speak to the person behind the book. So I know both sides of this interaction. Actually, to this day, I still don't know which would be better, to leave the person or to talk to them. But I think you should probably leave the person to read their book. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. I cannot remember what was the name of the book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be in the first few pages. Carp. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious. Let's retry that. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Illuminati. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. How's this relatable? That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dan the drummer? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive from the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with villains' plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. That rambling actually made me want to read the book even more. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like book and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Well, just wait for the airplane to pass. Okay, it's passed. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah, you don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company of someone. I see. But if you sit in the classroom, in the corner, and the other people are in the classroom as well, Doesn't that count as reading in the company of someone? Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand that what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? And that's why I gave her a British accent. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page for me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feel like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerism. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But the drama, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant than it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Now, seeing as we've spent most of the episode with Yuri, I feel like it's only fitting that we show her the poem first. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Damn the drama. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques we're practicing. Maybe that's why. Or it's because I chose the words that I knew you would like. Nothing to do with technique, only I saw through the whole programming. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like that, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share your poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and it reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eye of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So well, that was a skip. And there's no way to go back. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Dan the drummer? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Next is Sayori.
Ooh, I like this one, Dan the drummer. It has some nice feelings in it.
I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you like yesterday's poem better.
I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good.
Well, don't just try and be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it.
No. I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you, Dan the drummer. Never ever.
Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then?
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't mind, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Her facial expression is so funny. Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow.
Sayori, you're unexpectedly poetic.
Eh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Dan the drummer. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my sculp, like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection make me lots of friends. Each bottle is stylized to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do I want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out, each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the towel between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards, all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head.
Holy carp. Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monika taught me the whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. Yikes. That speaks very close to me.
I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who's next?
Let's do Natsuki. I liked your last one better.
Really?
Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little bit more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat.
That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out.
I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language.
She caught me out. Oh, that's exactly what I tried to do in the previous poem.
Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all the cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha! Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me.
She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's a better place off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone.
I like this poem. The constant repetition of this sentence, it just like convolutes the poem together.
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that it's the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to.
Everyone
has this kind of hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they are not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today.
Huh? Did you say Yuri?
Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things.
Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything.
Natsuki has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it's not like she's learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in her poem.
That's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it.
And lastly, we have Monika.
Hi again, Dan the drummer. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monika.
Alright. Great job, Dan the drummer. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Right. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I assume Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though.
I'm sure nowhere near her level, Nate.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violet, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent.
Well, actually, this waveform would be a sawtooth wave, not any one of those.
Like playing a chalkboard on the turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless.
It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though.
Sometimes, asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip for the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game.
Foreshadowing much?
You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen.
This is foreshadowing.
Wait, is this tip even about writing?
No, it's not. You broke the fourth wall.
What am I even talking about?
You wouldn't know because you broke the fourth wall without knowing it.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Well, guys, I went further into the video, into the game, and it seems like she's not just dismissing us. It's gonna be like a whole other thing. So I'll end the video right here. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to become a citizen of Rhythm City, please subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter because that's where the updates is gonna be. And as always, guys, remember, keep the rhythm.